welcome to my channel, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with me. My name's Nigel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my recent purchase of these Sonos Fives. Now, I was a bit apprehensive to purchase these. As a relatively new customer to the Sonos ecosystem, I'd spent most of my time purchasing their more recent products because, of course, there's longevity in that. I have always been interested in what these Sonos Fives would sound like. I've done the demonstration at Best Buy, and it was clear to me that they were the warmest and most powerful speaker in the lineup, but once again, some of the oldest in the lineup that would certainly be on the horizon for a refresh. Now, fast forward several months, I bought myself a new turntable, and this got the gears turning in my head and making me think the best stereo pair of speakers to accompany this new turntable is absolutely going to be the Sonos 5. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and bite the bullet. I'm gonna go buy a stereo pair of these and just kind of see what I think about it. So I think the purpose of this particular video is going to be, number one, I'm gonna share my experience and my thoughts on the speaker with you. How do I think they sound? How do they integrate into my current Sonos ecosystem? And how do they stack up dollar per dollar against some other Sonos products that fall within that same price range? If you've got $1,000 burning a hole in your pocket, is it a worthwhile investment so late into the Sonos 5's life cycle? Let's go over all of these details together, you and me. We'll be able to answer these questions by the end of the video, so stick with me. Let's get this thing figured out. Quick interruption. If you're watching one of my videos for the first time and you're enjoying it so far, hit that thumbs up button for me. It would really help my videos get out to a much wider audience and help me to continue to grow this into a successful channel. So with your help, your thumbs up, hey, and consider subscribing even maybe, huh? That would also be awesome. And back to the video. First up on the list, let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed really quick, okay? There's gonna be no surprise here. It's similar to all the new Sonos packaging, recycled materials. Once you get in here, you see the speaker wrapped up in this very soft, almost velvet-like packaging. First impression of the Sonos 5 is it is a hefty speaker. Compared to any of the other ones that I currently own, the Era 100, 300, none of those can even come close. This is a big boy. I like the way that each side has these soft feet that will allow you to orient the speaker in almost any direction. Another thing that's really cool, guys, that I'm just noticing, Sonos is the same forward and backwards, so you can put this speaker any which way you want, right side up, upside down, it doesn't matter. Is this something that all of you guys out there already knew? I feel like a total bonehead if this was common knowledge. Drop a comment down below and let me know if you knew about this or if this is something that surprised you as well. Now you have your older style sync button in the back, the infinity symbol here, as well as an 1/8" stereo headphone jack for auxiliary input. This is what I'm going to be using for my turntable. Seeing as I'm using these Sonos 5s in a traditional left and right stereo pair orientation to accompany my turntable, I'm going to try to space them out as equally as possible from my normal seating position here on the couch. Then we'll go ahead and give them a quick true play tune to get them acoustically balanced for this particular space. Okay, so we've got the speakers placed. This is likely where they're going to be for the foreseeable future. So let's go ahead and give them a listen. We've got true play tuning done. Let's put on an album and put these Sonos 5s through their paces, and let's start to formulate whether or not we think these things are worth the very large asking price so close to the end of their life cycle. Now, I can tell you right off the bat, I love the warmth of these speakers. They have such an amazing mid-range. Now, bass is not just a sound, it's a feeling. It's a huge part of the experience, and so I myself love it as well. But when you have a real thin mid-range, it really takes away from some of these older recordings, especially jazz music, when you have a saxophone or a clarinet that really push and drive the mid-range of a speaker. When it's lacking, it's just not a good experience. And so my first impression is this: the low end is there. It is much deeper and much bassier than any other speaker in the Sonos range. This is going to be obvious. It has larger drivers. They're going to be more capable of low end, but that mid-range is so warm. I love it. Now let's go ahead and stream some digital music over to these speakers. I'm gonna use the Sonos app because I feel like it sends the highest quality audio over to these speakers. So let's open that up and just go through several different genres and see what they sound like. Hello everybody, really quick, wanted to jump in here, pardon the interruption. I am editing the video right now and I realized I forgot to mention something. During this video process, I decided to try using the streaming service Deezer. Now, when I sat down and clicked on their playlist, which was based on the artists that I said I enjoyed when I set up the service, I've never been given better recommendations in my life. It lets you pick a mood, which is nothing new, but what I'll tell you guys is it works extremely, extremely well. It was giving me one amazing song after another, and what was crazy about it is that it almost seemed to prioritize songs that had amazing sound quality. So I sat down for 2 hours and just let this playlist ride, and I was blown away. That's half the reason why I fell in love with these speakers, is because of the amazing... You freaking kids! Oh, you guys drive me so crazy. Pardon the interruption. Number 2, please. Okay, I have to finish this. I have to finish this. Okay, baby, please. I have to finish this. Okay, I love you. Yes, I am. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye.
Subscribe.
Get out of here. Anyway, Deezer's awesome. Their algorithm is really cool and will recommend great songs. That's it. Thank you. Freaking... Ugh. Now, I love some vinyl, but there is no denying that when you stream some high-res digital music over to these Sonos Fives, holy crap, they sound, way better than anything else. The Era 300 is a great sounding speaker, and it really shines when you're listening to Atmos-enabled music. The Arc is an amazing soundbar. I love it. How does it stack up to a pair of speakers that were meant for music listening? Well, I can answer that very easily. I don't even want to hear music out of my Arc after listening on these Fives. There's just no comparison. When it comes to this Five, this is full range music. This is excellent low-end reproduction. This is excellent mid-range. Vocals sound fantastic and warm. The top end is perfectly fine. This thing has a ton of drivers in it, and it can do anything. Now, this brings me to my conclusion, which is, do I think that in 2024, it would be a wise investment to purchase a stereo pair of Sonos Fives when they are likely at the end of their life cycle, or at least very close to it? And my answer is going to be flat out yes. I do think it's worth it. I don't think there's any bit of regret in my body after spending a couple of weeks with these speakers, listening to all different types of music. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't been so happy with a pair of speakers, and that's comparing to everything that I currently own. That's compared to my Arc, my Eras of various types, all the old Sonos speakers, all the different configurations that I've gone through with subwoofers, without subwoofers. You name it, I've done it, I've compared it all, and I can tell you without a doubt, when it comes to music listening, there is no better way to enjoy that music on a Sonos speaker than with the Sonos 5. Those are my final thoughts. I love this Sonos 5. It's an amazing addition to my Sonos ecosystem. I do not regret it. I will not regret it. And I would recommend that if you are considering it, go ahead and pull the trigger. You're gonna love the way these sound. And there you have it, you guys. First video of 2024 done. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. And let me know, if you end up getting a pair of Sonos 5s, I wanna know what you think about it. Do you agree with my assessment? Do you think they sound as good as I do? Let's keep this thing going in the comments. I hope each and every one of you are having an amazing night wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here with me. Take care.